Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So we're here today to do another geometry lesson for you. In fact, we are going to work on some circle follow-up. In class, we do, I tell the story of the goat and the little boy and how the little boy sees circles out and about, and he learns how to draw them by watching how his goat, when it's staked in the yard, trims or mows the grass. What I'm noticing is that your picture is going to be upside down. So hang on for just a second. I'm going to rotate that. You couldn't see that yet, but you would shortly when we go into gallery view. You would have seen that we were looking at you upside down. Okay, so we are going to talk about the parts and the names of the parts of the circles and where they came from. So we're going to go into gallery view. So you can see us and you can see the workspace. Now you see it's right side up. Earlier it was flipped and my writing would have all been upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and title my page. I'm going to do the titling and the initial drawing in pen. I'm going to try colored pencil and hopefully you'll be able to see it. But I am going to write the circle in pen. Okay, so in class you've seen me pretend to be a goat and I've given you guys a chance to be a goat. Not everyone has had a chance to be a goat yet, but when we did that work we learned that we can make a perfect circle by using a string. Here's the string that's like my leash when we do the lesson, and I'm holding onto one and my person that acts as the stake holds onto the other one. And as that happens and I walk around eating, it creates a circle. Here, we'll just go this way. As you go around eating around that stake, it makes a circle. So since you're at home and you don't have the materials at home, you can use anything that is like a string to help you make it. And you can just tie it to your pencil, whatever length of circle you want. You can tie your pencil to the end and then hold this and make your circle. I'm going to use the box of sticks because I have it here. And so I pulled out one of the pieces, but I think this one might be a little too long for the space now that I've written the circle on there. Okay, so first I want to make sure that it's going to fit on my page. This will be good. That it'll fit on my page before I do it, because as you know, sometimes when you are drawing with this geometry board underneath, you end up going off the edge. Okay, so here I used a thumbtack as my stake, and I'm using this brown stick as my leash, and I'm going to use this purple colored pencil as my goat. And here it goes. Does anyone want to make goat sounds as I eat?
I'm not good at goat sounds. Neither am I.
Okay, so they didn't want to make goat sounds, but you're more than welcome to make goat sounds as you go around your circle. You can see that it's not very dark. There we go. Go a few more times. Okay, so here we've made a circle. This is a perfect circle using our stake and a leash or a rope, in this case a stick, and a goat or a pencil. So this area that I just went all the way around, I'm going to label it with a pen, is the circumference. So I'm going to label it right around the side. I'm going to turn this so I can write it. So that's the circumference. The circumference goes all the way around. It's the outside edge of the circle is a circumference. Circumference comes to us from the Latin circumferre, meaning to carry around. So circumferre, to ferry something is to carry it or to move it. And I guess the circum means to carry. No, around. It means around because ferry was to carry. So here is our ferry, to carry, and this is around, to carry around. Okay, now I have to pull my tack out just for a second to show you this spot. Oh, you can see it. It's right here. That's where my tack was poked through. That is the center. The center. The center of my circle is right there. Center, of course, comes to us from the Greeks. Kantine meaning to prick. And I did prick the center when I used my tack. So the center is right there. Okay, now I need to use my stick one more time, and I'm going to move my paper over a little so I don't elbow Abby right off this table here. I'm going to connect a line from the center to my circumference, just like that. This line that extends from the center to the edge of the circumference or the edge of the circle is called a radius. The radius comes to us from the Latin radius, meaning a ray. And just like when we talk about rays, when we talk about lines, it's a line that's been cut. So the center is the end point or the origin, and then it goes out as far as it takes it to go to the edge of the circle, or in the circumference of the circle. Okay, so these are the three first parts that we're going to talk about. Circumference, to carry around, radius, a ray from the center to the outside, and the center, right in the center. Okay, so now I want to look at a couple more pieces. I need a longer stick. I'm going to make a line going from here to here. Can you pick me out a colored pencil? Something dark colored. Does this work? Sure, we'll see what that does. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. We talked about a line from the center to the edge. I'm going to draw a line from the edge through the center all the way to the other edge. Okay, there you see that on there. So half of that was our radius from the center to the outside edge, but when we have the whole part there, we call that the diameter. So the diameter goes from one edge, one part of the circle, through the center all the way to the other side. Now, I've picked this up. I'm going to put this center piece back in because I want to highlight part of this circle. Can I have another color like a red or maybe, I don't think a yellow will work. Okay, I want to show you what from this point here on where the diameter reaches the circle to the circumference edge. I'm gonna, whoop. Oh, I broke the lead off. Let's see if we can find another red.
I can get a sharpener.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm not gonna push so hard. Okay.
Maroon over.
Oh, it's the same color as the background.
Maybe green?
I'm gonna try it with green. This is black. Okay, we're gonna try it with black. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the circumference from where that diameter started and stopped. Can you put your finger on that?
That's definitely dark enough.
Okay. You can see that. This part that I highlighted right here, or didn't highlight, I dark lighted with the black pencil. This right here is called the semi-circumference. Semi-circumference. How much of the circumference is the semi-circumference?
Half.
Half. Semi. So the semi-circumference is half of the circumference, and it connects the two endpoints of the diameter. There's the semi-circumference. Okay, we have a couple more pieces here. I am going to grab a piece out of the box of sticks. Can you find me a yellow or an orange or something like that? I'm going to draw a line connecting two parts of the circumference, but not through the center. So I'm going to grab right here, and I'm going to go right here. Okay, that orange line that I drew is connecting this spot on the circumference to this spot on the circumference, but it doesn't go through the middle. This, I'm going to do it with this color and see if it works. This is called a chord. C-H-O-R-D. You can kind of see that. Chord. Okay, so a chord comes to us from the Latin chorda, meaning catgut or cord on a bow, like on a bow and arrow. So it's stretching. You can kind of see that shape there where it's stretching between it. And this part of the circle that goes between the endpoints of the chord is called an arc. This part right here is called an arc. Should be doing it with pen because you can see it so much better. That's the arc. And arc comes from the Latin arcus, meaning bow, as an archer. And so the cord is like the bow string, and the arc is what like the wooden part of the bow. So arc is the part of the circumference bound by the ends of the cord. A cord is a line drawn from one part on the circumference to another that does not go through the center. The center is right the middle part. Must be boring. Abby can't control her yawns. The center is in the very center of the circle. If you connect the center to the outside edge, it's a radius. If you connect a line from one side through the center to the other side, it's a diameter. When you have half of the measure of the circle, we call that the semicircumference. And the measure all the way around the circle is called the circumference. So there's a lot of new vocabulary there. I look forward to seeing what you do with the different vocabulary. Circumference, to carry around. Radius means ray. Center, did we say center? Center means to prick. That's right, like the tack. Diameter, I don't know if I said this one. Diametron means through measure. So it's the measure through the center, the through measure. Chord meaning catgut or cord. And arcus, arcus meaning bow. And I think we got them all. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your lesson on parts of a circle. I have a lot of circle stories to share with you. This is just the second one to get us started because we need to know the parts before we can do the rest. So hope you join us next time.
Bye. Bye.